Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Sporting160EN podcast number 87. And I'm joined by my two co-hosts as always, starting off with my main man, Chris. Christian, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. Feeling good. Got my Yannick Jalot era jersey on. I'm ready for action, baby.
And we're also joined by my main man, Sam. How you doing, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm rocking the sporting hoodie. It's fucking freezing, so I'm just going to keep myself warm in the late hours of the night, early hours of the morning. But I'm excited, boys.
Same. Also got a fucking little Sporting sweater as it fucking snowed today. I'm fucking pissed.
Snowed?
Yeah, did it snow over there?
No, it rained, but snowed.
Nope.
That's too much.
It was raining yesterday and then fucking snowfall, like out of nowhere, bro. I woke up today in the morning so pissed. Anyways, let me just start off this podcast on another somber note, which sucks because we started off the last one in the same sort of vein. Just giving our condolences and rest in power, rest in peace to Vitor Oliveira, a legend in Portugal, in the Portuguese league. Not only the Primeira, but the Segunda division especially. More recently, bringing up the likes of Portimonense and Paços Ferreira, keeping Gil Vicente up after they came right up from the third division. Yeah, man, I don't know if you guys want to say anything about Vitor Oliveira, legend.
Just well wishes
he's
to
always
his family.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, he's all good. He's always been one of my favorite coaches. So I'm glad that he's honestly the last couple of seasons he hasn't been the automatic elevator because he's kind of flexed on us a little bit to show us that he can keep teams in the first division too, not just promote them. So yeah. I mean, the guy has not failed a project in like the last 8 projects he's had. So he's a machine, all timer, and sad to see him go.
Exactly, man. And I seen a interview with him at Canal Loans, where he was talking about how he only picked up certain teams because of the project, which is just insane to me, considering like never coached any of the big, I'll say big 6 in Portugal. Really, none of those teams did he ever coach, but he's still like handpicking projects and shit. Sad to see him go. I think he had a lot more to give to Portuguese football, that's for sure. But rest in power, rest in peace, and condolences to the family. Anyways, let's get right into the comments and into the questions on Twitter. Starting off with first question from Mundo de Leão on Twitter. He asks, "Do you think Ruben Amorim is right to leave Quaresma out because he is not giving 100% in training?" Sam, I'm gonna give that straight to you, dude.
Well, I agree with it. I just think if you're not going to give 100%, then you need to pretty much buck up ideas. No one player is bigger than the club. It doesn't matter how much potential you might have. And I think it's a good sign because we've seen players who play and they don't in the past, even when players have not played well, trained well, and they still got a starting place in the X side. But I think it's a good sign of things to come. And it's a competitive, but it's just like a safe environment as well. I think Amorim's doing a good job, and I'll support any decision that man makes at the moment. To be honest with you, too.
Yeah, facts. Same here. Also, Mundo de Leão is also in our comments about your FM save. My bad for starting that. Fonseca out. This guy brought Jack Wilshere to Sporting on his FM save.
On free,
is he on loan?
100,000. No, it's a free transfer. 100,000. All it cost me was in there signing on, and he's already got an assist in the Champions, not Champions League, Europa League qualifying. So
he's gonna blow out his knee like week 6. We'll see though. Good luck, man.
Thanks.
Next podcast, I want an update on that team, by the way.
Sure.
It's gonna be a reoccurring segment.
Well, of course, no problem.
Sick. Next question comes in from former guest too, Rui Costa, the good Rui Costa, at Rui Costa 301050018. In the same vein, he asks, does Quaresma stay with us for the entire season, or is he loaned out in January? Christian, I'm going to pass that one to you, dude.
I honestly don't know. It seems like things are getting worse for him at the wrong time, right? Like he's got like 3 weeks to get his shit together. It seems like. So I mean, it's going to be ultimately it's up to him, right? If he wants to, swallow his pride and do what needs to be done to get in Amorim's good graces. But yeah, I'm not sure. I truthfully hope not, but if they buy a center back in the winter window and this continues in the same manner, then it seems hard to believe that it wouldn't be for the best, I think he'd get better football than in the Campeonato de Portugal anyways. So it might be for the better of all parties.
Yeah, it might be. He is young. Keep that in mind too. And
yeah, I was thinking honestly, do you think they would loan him first division, or do you think it would be second?
That's a great question.
Like I was like, that brain was turning as I was talking.
Something tells me Estoril would snatch him up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I was like a high performing second division team.
I wouldn't mind that though, to be fair either, because Bragança. I mean, it's worked for Bragança.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Rafael Barbosa. I know he's no longer with Sporting, but he had a solid season in the second, doing well now for Tondela.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he stays though. I'll say that. I hope he stays.
Me too.
Sam, this question's for you from Lauren. She asks, have you signed Balassi?
Do you know he's on like 100,000 a week?
He's sitting at home waiting.
100,000 a week.
100,000 a week? That's fucked.
So same with Hesse as well. I was looking at it and I was like, no chance. And, mate, trust me, these old boys think they're worth too much. So that's the issue.
That is the issue. More criticism. Dude, I don't want this to be a podcast just on your FM save, but who sells Ilori and buys Wilshere?
I should be knighted for getting rid of Ilori. I sold him for money. Like, they want free for money. So I
Who did you sell him to?
I think it was Mallorca. I think they're in the second division of Spain. They might be the first, but yeah, it was
Mallorca.
That
sounds about right.
It sounds like a George Men's money laundering scheme. Zesty Food help you out in that deal or what?
Yeah, he says he made $2 million, but like $750K is commission gone.
Anyways, next question comes in from Silva at Silva BDC Jr. His question is, what do you think about Joelson not being called up? He played today for the under 23, who lost 3-0 by the way to Benfica, and he did a really bad game. Hope he doesn't turn into a Dijalo. I think it's too early to call him Dijalo. Fitting that Chris is wearing the jersey. Chris, I'll pass that one to you, dude. What do you think of Joelson?
Too early to say. Did he not play today or played bad?
He was saying he played bad.
Well,
I guess he did play. Let me check.
Yeah, I mean, like too early for that. Feels like we're not going to see him in the first team this season. Most likely. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, right? They're too good, right? If they were like lounging in like fifth or some shit, he probably would. But I mean, I guess it's okay that he's not this year. But yeah, I guess that's not encouraging though if he starts to play ass in the lower tiers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And next question, or last, it's more of a comment, comes from Miguel Morato, at Miguel F. Morato on Twitter. He just says, no question this time around. Just wanted to drop by and say hi. What's up, Miguel? Thanks for
shout out
following.
to Mafra. He's a Mafra fan as well. Ooh. So he gets a matchup between his two favorite clubs.
Yeah. That's a good point. Damn, shout out to Mafra. Shout out to Miguel. All right, let's go straight into this game. Sporting on Saturday beat Moreirense 2-1 at home. The 11 was as followed. We had Antonio Adan in net with Luis Neto, Sebastian Coates, and Fidal in the back line with Pote and Nuno Mendes on the wing-back positions. We had Pelinha and João Mário in the midfield with Andrés Sporar, Nuno Santos, and Pedro Gonçalves Pote on the wings or up front. Sam, I'll pass this to you first, dude. What were your thoughts on this game?
I like to call it not a dirty game in terms of bad challenges, but just how close it was. You know, it's one of them title deciding games. We took the 3 points. it wasn't the best team performance. Nuno Santos, I still will admit, is blown me away of how good he is. Same with Pote as well. The questionable first goal, if you count it as an own goal, Pote's goal. But I just think it was one of them ones where under Jorge Jesus and under Kaiser and Silas and all of that, we wouldn't have won that game. And I think that's credit to Amorim's tactics and the players he's brought in. And I think it's a step in the right direction that we're not bottling those types of games and that we saw it out to the end. But in that case, we do have to step it up against
Oh,
sorry, did you hear the end of that?
No, we didn't. Go ahead.
Oh, I just said it was good that we got the 3 points and that we can see that the team's improving every game.
Yeah, facts. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I thought Nuno Santos' crossing is like
unbelievable,
constantly like accurate and constantly in dangerous positions. And I mean, even when you think he doesn't have the most favorable position, he still always like whips it perfectly across. It's crazy. I mean, I saw people talking about it on Twitter. Like he's played on the right a couple times. On the left, man, he's got to be on the left. Like he should continue starting on the left until further notice. I also thought Painha was a fucking machine again, just like blowing up absolutely everything. Really like serving as a great connection between attack and defense. Overall, the back line again, like not terrible, despite a tidy finish by Neto right at the beginning of the game. Overall, he's again managed to hack the goal point ratings. I truthfully didn't think that passing the eye test. I thought he did pass the eye test. Oh, did I just cut out? I think I'm back.
You're back.
I guess the only other thing really is Sporad. I mean, felt unlucky that he didn't score. He had a couple chances, hit the bar. He's constantly seems like he's putting himself in the right positions, or just being off a little bit. But like, it feels like the kind of thing where you just got to keep playing him, and he'll start banging them in. Like I feel like if you move away from him now, you could risk like killing his confidence. I think he's just like he's on the brink. I think you have to keep rolling with him. Not that there's like honestly that many better options. Alternatively, Jovan also played up there. I mean, he was okay, right? I didn't think it was incredible. And the man of the moment, Pote, machine. What four straight games with 2 goals, or 4 out of his last 5 or something, like highest scoring signing. Like enough can't be said about how good he is, and he got it done for us again with some assistance from the Moreirense goalie, but at the same time he almost scored a wonder goal like 3 minutes before that. So Sporting deserved to win the game one way or another. Like Sam said, it was kind of rough around the edges, sloppy at times, hard fought though. I mean, these are the kind of games you got to win, right? And we got it done.
Facts. Perfectly said. Yeah, I won't even add anything else to this game. We'll just go through certain cases that happened in the game. Starting off with the first goal, the own goal by Neto. Do you guys think Neto's at fault for that goal? Yeah, what are your thoughts, Sam? I'll pass that one off to you.
I mean, it's unlucky because if he doesn't slide, it's a goal, and if he slides, it's a goal. But I think he's a professional. He should have either gone with the other foot or just I don't know. I felt bad for him when it went in. I can't lie. I did feel sorry for him, but at the same time, he was at fault. But I think it's something that you can't really blame him for. At the same time, it's hard to describe. I think he was really unlucky, but he should have done better as well.
Agreed. I also think not enough blame is being put on Fidel for that goal. If you just see prior to the pass, like just across the box, Fidel sort of pushes up a bit, and which sort of like, I mean, it's kind of useless to push up a bit when your other defenders are all behind you, so you're not playing the guy offside or anything. And then it just gives that guy just a ton of space to just pick a cross in like through the middle. And well, he found Neto, but like you said, if he didn't find Neto, he would have found the winger at the other end anyway. So yeah, I agree. I don't think he's at fault for it, or not at total fault at least. The other main one that our Portistas especially were talking shit about, the 1-1. I'll get both of your opinions on this, but Chris, I'll pass this one off to you first. What were your thoughts? Is it a handball? Is there a foul on the goalkeeper? What are we saying, dude?
I mean, this one. I mean, I guess we could go on and on about this one, but at the end of the day, the VAR didn't see it. Like the angle, it's kind of like it's the kind of what was the play? Oh, it was the Pote.
The Pote goal.
Where it's like the VAR finds an incriminating image like 2 hours after the game.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's like, talk about the incident on its merit. Like a foot away from him, and it just like hits him in the elbow. I mean, I guess you're like, if we're asking, like, it hit his arm, but like, is there anything he can do about a deflection off the goalie from like a foot away? I don't think there's really anything he can do about it. And I saw, what was the point that I saw? I think, it was on Sporting160 yesterday. They were talking about it. I don't remember who said it, but they said like the foul is technically supposed to be called like if the ball going to your arm is advantageous to you, right? Like if you settle it down with your arm versus like if it just bounces off. And to be fair, right, it doesn't even go right to him, right? It bounces off his arm, and then it hits the defender, right? And then the defender kicks it in. So it's like, I think it's a good no call, to be honest. But you could say I'm biased.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same thing, but you can also say I've been called biased already. And my only thing I know VAR is
fucking worse, man, in Portugal, like than this shit.
I don't even want to get into that angle of it, because I mean, just look at the handball that Benfica got away with just moments before the game finished, and that's blatantly obvious. But I mean, my point is, VAR is really here for the. I know it's been modified, and now we have VAR fucking checking if your fucking toenail is offside, which completely ruined it for me.
EPL continues to be the word. They show.
I mean, Portugal has these like bullshit calls too, though.
Imagine if in the Portuguese league they showed them drawing it, bro. Like, that shit makes you want to kill myself, bro. Like the fucking the Aston Villa game yesterday, like. Oh my god, dude, I just wanted to like jump from the my apartment building, dude. It was so painful to see them like from like not even the 100% angle, like drawing that his toenails offside to like decide the game, right? It was in the 94th minute. It's so stupid.
I imagine a bunch of like geometry majors are just like fucking sitting in a room with like a protractor or something, like trying to measure every single angle to make sure it's not offside, like just to validate their fucking degree. So my only thing is with VAR, I mean, it's for the clear and obvious. And I mean, if an image comes out 2-3 hours later that you're only seeing, or really that Francisco Marques guy only tweeted about it a day and a half after, if it takes you that long to see that, I mean, it's not clear and obvious. But I mean, maybe I'm biased. You're right. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know. Sam, what do you think?
I'm fucking biased. It wasn't handball. For me, I think it was if it hit his hand on.
This is the leg episode.
I'm not what I said before, but
you're back. You were just starting the sentence. No.
None of it.
I was gonna say if it hit his hand, if it hit his hand, it looked like it was going to hit his chest, because I think it hit him. It was going to hit his chest anyway, basically. But I think it would have ended in the same result. So, but if it was Benfica, probably I'd be annoyed. But it's Sporting, so who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? But no, I don't think it's handball.
Yeah, me neither. And then I don't even think it's there. There was claims that there might have been a foul on the goalkeeper just prior, like Pot's
Nah,
foot
there's
touches
no
his
foul.
arms, but I
There's
don't
no
see it
foul. He
either.
doesn't touch his arm.
Yeah.
I mean, in real time, that's what I was nervous happened, right? Because that's what you think happened, but the goalie just totally fumbled that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we'll keep it going. Another thing that happened in the game, a Fidel mistake that almost led to a 2-1. Lucky on Fidel for not that. Another thing, if you guys don't recall it, I can share the screen and we can analyze the play. I don't know if you guys remember a potential Neto red card where a Moreirense defender sort of slides at him, and then Neto, just trying to recover, sort of stamps down his foot on it. If you guys want to see it here, I'll let me share the screen. YouTube, please do not copyright.
Are we gonna get banned, dude? We're gonna get banned.
I hope not. Are we? Okay, fuck it. I won't do it then. I won't do it. Anyway, do you guys recall that at all by chance?
No,
If not, let me just take it over. Anyways, it's not. There's nothing into it. I'll just bring it up just because I've seen it on the Kazuj here on V Sports. The player is, for those who want to see it, it's at minute 52. Go to vsports.pote and you'll see it. Minute 52, Neto. The defender comes in sliding. Neto has the ball sort of, but he's mainly dominant on the ball. He sort of kicks it away, and as he's trying to get the ball away from the defender, his studs kind of get on the Moreirense player's legs. It's not studs up. He's trying to play the ball. I don't think it's a red card behind it. But just like everything else in this show, I might be biased, so maybe I'm wrong. And then came the Pote off the bar, almost a fucking gorgeous goal, bringing back last year, reminding me of a certain midfielder by the name of Bruno Fernandes. Unfortunately, hit the bar. If it goes in, that's goal of the season right then and there in November. And then the Pote goal. I don't know if you guys want to say anything about it. At first, I thought it hit a Moreirense defender because it looked like it deflected. Could the goalie have done better, the Moreirense goalie?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a frango, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's.
I'll take the goal.
Go, yeah.
I was going to say, I'll take the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, a 2-1 win, a tough win away, or a tough win at home, but a tough win nonetheless, and a win I think with any other manager, especially Kaiser, Silas, Lionel Ponte, who else? Tiago Fernandes, all these managers in the Varandas era, we would have tied it if not lost that game. So it's a step in the right direction. It's what, I hate to say this in December, it's what champions do. We win games that.
It didn't even feel horrible to go down inside 3 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. That's really it with the game. I don't know if you guys want to talk about. I didn't mention the substitutions. I can say Nuno Mendes came in for Jovan came in for Nuno Mendes.
Nuno Mendes had his worst game in a while, I thought.
Yeah,
rightfully deserved to get subbed off, but I think that that's gonna happen from time to time, right? He can't fucking beast mode everyone every game, right? He's got to kick a couple games off.
Exactly. I mean, he's 18. If this is this one bad game in 15 games,
bad game, I've still seen a lot of people's good games be like about that level. So
like the other substitution that came in, Antunes for Pote. I can only imagine how much of a stud that kid would have been coming in. And then Nuno Mendes and Tiago Tomás for João Mario and Andrés Sporar. I thought that was an interesting sub only because we were already 2-1 up, and Mourinho decided to play two more attacking players. I know Nuno Mendes is more of a midfielder, but he does like to venture forward. So interesting from Mourinho on that perspective. Aside from that, man of the match, guys. What do you think?
I'm going Palhinha. It can't be Pote every game, right? Otherwise, we'll run into the Bruno Fernandes problem of last season.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to Palhinha.
How about you, Sam?
You're
on mute, dude. You're on mute. You're still on mute.
Still on mute.
Yeah, let me.
You kicked him out?
No, I unmuted him. I swear. Yo, Sam's on timeout, guys. That's what this is.
Okay.
My man of the match. Oh, I wanted to give it to Pote. I'll give it to Pote. I know it's gonna come into the Bruno Fernandes thing, but I'm giving mine to Pote. We can hear you.
Cool.
Hashtag Fonseca out. Literally, it happened. Just literally.
Oh, Jesus. I was going to say, by the way, I was going to give it to either Palhinha or Nuno Santos. But
Sam, we lost you. So who did you end up giving it to?
Nuno Santos.
Nuno Santos. I like that. He had a crazy game. His crosses are fucking ridiculous. Anyways, let's move on to some interesting news before we get into the finances that sort of came out. Just a little bit of a reminder, of a refresher of what our players are doing out on loan. Let me just quickly try to pull up that tweet. So, for example, Diaby, the lightning rod Diaby, 1 sub appearance for 11th place Getafe. Eduardo, who we were thanking Crotone so much for taking on loan and with a ridiculous bio clause. Only 2 substitution appearances for last place Crotone. Dumbia, 1 start for last place Huesca. Pedro Mendes doing okay. 8 sub appearances for 5th place Almeria. Of course, Almeria is in the 2nd division of Spain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Expecting more from him, but all right, 8 sub appearances, not too bad. Did you happen to get how many? If he scored a goal or anything?
No,
I think
goal.
he might have had 1. No goal.
No.
Damn. I guess the best of our loaned out players, Battaglia with 11 starts for 12th place Alaves, and then Matheus Oliveira and 5 appearances, 3 starts. A goal for the Brasileirão, 18th place relegation threat in Cortiba. Felipe Xabi with 7 appearances for 3rd place Académica. 81-minute total.
His subs are like 10, 29, 3, 6, 8, 14. Like, he comes in and, like, I guess he just comes in at like the last 20 minutes of every game.
Yeah. So, I mean, directly sort of answering, and of course, we're going to get into finances just in a sec, but a question that Figu7 Ronaldo brings in, which I think he brings up a good point, because I think there's a few people, Sportingistas at least, torn on this. Do we still want Varandas out, or is it all okay? I mean, consider my quick take on this, considering all of these players, maybe aside from Pedro Mendes and Battaglia, were and I guess Matheus Oliveira and Felipe Xabi. But, I mean, if you look at Diaby, Eduardo, and Dumbia, Varandas signings who are doing fuck all in their current clubs and how much they cost, I still want them out. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? Or at least, why do we still want Varandas out?
I don't think the calculus changes for me. I don't think he's like doing like the stuff that's dangerous with Varandas is like the influence of third parties and like crooked bankers and like shady backroom deals and chummy fucking bullshit. Like, as the financial report shows, like, that stuff's only going to get worse. And like, at the end of the day, because he, like, we can even talk about this, like, because Pote's playing so well, the fucked up negotiation that got him here is going to become a problem when literally every team in Europe is going to start wanting him. And it's going to be like, oh shit, we only own half. Like, and obviously, like, what is the incentive for family going to try to sell it to us when they know he could be the big ticket? So it's like, we lost our leverage there by never having it, right? And it's great that he's here, right? And he's amazing, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to be like a problem down the line, and it probably is going to be a problem as early as this summer. And yeah, I mean, like that doesn't like for me, it doesn't change anything. The calculus doesn't change for me.
Exactly. Sam, same question. Not even do we still want Varandas out? I guess I'll ask you that as well to gauge your opinion. And if you do, how come? Why do you still want Varandas out? We're in first, bro. December.
We're in first, but the financials are fucked. We'll get into that later, obviously. But I think he can't be forgiven one good season. He's had 2 fucking shit ones. So I think at the end of the day, it's just financials and club reputation has gone down the toilet. Even if we do get first place, that Amorim deal still looks mental. But I'll give him credit. He's done well this year. But no cap. He's done well. So but I still want him out 100%.
Yeah. The other thing to that too is, I mean, he's finally got his man. I mean, Ruben Amorim, whether we paid 10 million for him, 14 million, whether we pay more for him down the line, who knows? He's correctly got his man after 3-4 attempts, which is great. You know, it's finally working. This project that he's promised over 2 years ago is finally working because he finally got the right man. My only thing is what happens, not if, but when Amorim gets poached by a bigger club, what happens when he does leave, and how fucked are we then? Because with Amorim going, I'm pretty sure after all these studs that we're buying or that we've bought might go along with them. If one man is that important to the project, how much of a project is this really?
I think that he's been helped a lot too by like the youth, the youth players transitioning into the first team very quickly, right? And with Varandas is full of shit, right? Because this guy will just play on whatever narrative is at the moment or whatever suits him best at the moment. Like 6 months ago or 8 months ago, it was like, oh, the Formação is destroyed, but we're rebuilding it. And then like they're all good because Amorim forced them into the first team and tested them early, and they responded well. And he's like, we've rebuilt the Formação. It's like you didn't do anything, dude. Like you're just saying what's convenient at the time, like. And
exactly.
and I feel like that one is one of the biggest points of like BS of like he really didn't affect that. I mean, he affected that by bringing in a coach who was willing to take the risk to play guys like that. And I mean, to be fair, like you could just keep playing Doumbia forever, or you can try something else, right? So it's not like I mean, if you're the coach of that team, what would you have done? You would fucking mix it up, right? You can't just keep playing those ass guys over and over again. So yeah, credit to him for getting a guy that was willing to do it, but at the same time, it's like Nuno Mendes is a stud. That had nothing to do with person. We're blessed to have a lot of great young players rise into the first team at the same time. Plus that with a couple good signings, right? A couple solid signings, mixed with a couple decent guys that were already here, and that's what you have this year, and it's working out.
Exactly. And we were sort of forced to play youngsters too. Like Amorim didn't come in with the squad that he wanted. Like he came in shambles and basically, I mean, for example, a guy like Bolasie, who I'm pretty sure was getting a significant amount of burn last year because our options were so limited and because of the transfer window we had right at the end. When Amorim came in, he had no other option but to dish Bolasie out and start playing guys like Tiago Tomás and Joelson, for example, who now we're crying out to be back onto the A team. But now that we actually have competent players, I mean, we kind of understand why he's no longer there, you know, whereas last year, Joelson looked like our top 2, top 3 best winger, which
I
is
remember that one
to
game
have
in
a
that
kid like
Pote game where he came in and like was the best play. Like that was
even the Porto game last season when he came in with like 15, 20 minutes left and okay, he didn't get us anything, but he looked decent on the ball and we're all like fucking like jerking off on the side. But it's like and like I was saying, there's nothing wrong with an 18-year-old being that guy. It's just, I mean, Joelson doesn't look like, at least at that time, just to pick out Joelson, he didn't look like the guy, at least in that point. But more so it sucks when, I mean, we had no other option. It's either Joelson or fucking Hesse and Bolasie, and I know which one I'll pick. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I want him out because of that, and as well, and we'll get right into it. The finances and how much he's fucked this club. A club where he came in saying that we were broke basically. We had no finances to really attack for the title anymore. Al shit left us in ruins, etc., etc. But when he came in, for example, he had a debt of 40 million euros. Our debt is currently at 65 million, for example. We first quarter of 2021 didn't look too good. Overall losses of 4.19 million and a
Here's
14
another one,
million
right?
increase in debts to suppliers.
If that 4 million was positive today, it would have been on the recovery of record. But since it's negative, it's João Mario will maybe get his 100th game is the headline. Like, that's not even like actually news. That's just like speculation. Like, and then underneath it in like size 8 font, it says like -4 losses this quarter. Like, it's like we know if it was it's just that's the kind of shit that you got to call out, right? Because it's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what else is there here? Our debt to agents have now reached the total of 28 million.
That list is incredible, bro. We owe money to like 50 different agents.
Yeah.
And that's probably going back. I'm going to say that probably goes back at least like 7 years. Because every now and again, you'll see in the news, like, Agent Wolfswinkel, Keisha, the sport. It's like, how have you not paid this guy? Or it's like a guy that was here in 2015. His agent is like still wanting like 200K. And it's like,
exactly. Facts. I mean, I don't think it's been too long ago where I've seen like Labiad probably still like fucking crying out for money. But yeah, man. I mean, that's really the main points of the finances. Sam, anything else to add on to that?
Well, you were saying about one of our former players saying that it didn't been paid. Was it Schlotto last year that said that he didn't get his loyalty bonus or something?
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, he's another one.
I think we're just financially fucked, but our team is so good that, to be honest, what leverage do we have in the transfer market when someone goes, "Oh, we want to buy, say, Pote for 30 million"? What leverage do we have?
No leverage.
Like, we might win the title, but if we don't, it's going to look like a complete failure. So we might have just to sell off a few assets, which has been our motto for 10 years now. So, you know, it's going to happen whether we like it or not. Some of those are going to be sold in January or summer for a big fee or a little fee now around us, but it's just how it goes, unfortunately. Yeah,
exactly. And and then also with I was actually mentioning this to Sergio Benfiquista on Twitter. I was like, he was saying something about how Amorim was a success or something. I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but I was just also mentioning him. Not only in terms of finances are we fucked more because of Varandas, but even our reputation is tarnished in the transfer market because it's Braga complaining about us not paying them. It's Sampdoria saying we're not paying him because of Bruno Fernandes.
Scummy tactics. Where they're like in one argument in court they're saying this because it's convenient. And then in that argument, they're completely contradicting themselves. And it's just like, I can see that you are not an honest actor. So it's like, and I'm not doing business with you. I'm just fucking watching. So I think the people doing business with you by now know.
Yeah, exactly. Moving forward, unless there's anything else that needs to be added. Quick question for you guys. Luis Felipe, are we going to see him? I mean, 2020 is almost over. We got a month left. Are we going to see him in 2020? Are we going to see him even at the end of the season?
I'm going to say if we don't see him by 2020, he's going to go home for Christmas and he'll get too big, even bigger than he is, and it'll really be over then.
That's a fact. I mean, I feel for the guy because, I mean, as somebody who suffered an ACL injury, I understand how fucking painful and how tough the recovery process can be. But at the same time, I'm also not rehabbing it every day like he for sure is, you know? I'm not a professional athlete. I finished I didn't go back to rehab because I didn't want to pay anybody else after like 3 months, and I was just at home fucking trying to bend my knee. in that case, like I feel bad for the guy, but yeah, he should be loaned out and hopefully a loan with an option to buy or something, because I mean the kid, he has potential in him. He's a decent guy, like decent player, I should say. Has a shot on him, but yeah, he's not good enough. He's injured. He should go home. Sam, I'll give this one to you. Jordan Bentoncourt saying, "What players do you want in the transfer market?" I'll more or so say like maybe one more positional. Like, what position do you think we need to fill before anything? Or let's try to create some rumors.
Sorry, I lagged out there again. Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, like what players or even positions do you think we should look for in the transfer market?
I think the striker is the main priority. I think hopefully, well, Amorim wants Paulinho. Braga want too much money for Paulinho, but I probably do see Paulinho coming in still, just because I think Amorim really desperately wants him. But I think it has to be a striker, and then probably another centre back, a well-known centre back. Because as much as I love Inacio and Quaresma, I think we need someone more experienced to come in, and it'll probably be like Lancano from Torino. But I think a striker and a centre back are the main ones for me.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of center back, João Silva, who was playing on the B team, I believe captain for the B team. I don't know about this season. I know for sure last season he was being called up to the senior squad.
That could mean that he's lapping Eduardo Quaresma as well.
Yeah, exactly. That could mean that too.
Because Inacio already in the team.
Yeah, agreed. Matt saying Luis Felipe is a Bifana away from getting a cut completely. Lauren saying Paulinho to Wolves with Jimenez out. That's a decent shout as well. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Seeing as Jorge Mendes controls that like Geppetto on puppets. Am I missing out on anything here, guys, before moving on to Modalidade? Don't think so, though.
A good shout about Wolves. I mean, that's best case scenario, right? Is Wolves buy him. So then we can't fucking commit the locura because they will have done it.
And after that contract extension, there's no way we're dishing out that kind of money for him, to be honest. Braga will be looking for more than 20 million. And,
I feel like we're like we have this like psycho streak in us, or like we'll do anything to sign him. And it's just so I just, for their own sake, I want someone else to sign him.
Yeah, exactly. Let me bring up two players before going into Taça Liga that I forgot to bring up. The first one being Valentin Rosier, the right back we signed last season, who was really an Instagram model for us, but putting up decent numbers as a Besiktas right back. He's a big part of their squad. He's trolling Fenerbahce fans on Instagram. And like Chris mentioned just before we went live, the only player to not have a buyout clause. So, which is great. Great negotiations. But I mean, maybe we can then negotiate a higher price. But that's the one. And then Leonardo Ruiz on loan to second division Logrones in La Liga. 3 goals in 12 games for their 9th place finish. Decent from the Colombian striker. I don't think he was ever going to be anything special here at Sporting anyway. So decent from the guy. And then we move on to Taça de Liga. Different format this year. Basically scrapped the group stage. It was the top 6 and the top 6 of the Primeira Liga, top 2 of the Segunda Liga. Sporting were lucky to get Mafra from the second division. I forget who else. I'll search up the other games. But what do you guys think of Mafra? Mafra currently in second, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of them?
I actually watched their game yesterday because I wasn't doing anything, and that game decided who we played because I mean, to be honest, they were better than Villafranquense, but they just couldn't score. I mean, I'm not that worried, to be honest. And I truthfully also don't know how much they're going to try. Like, they might really, really rotate it. Or at least rotate it more than they did in the Taça de Portugal, where they like half rotated it. I don't really care about that this year, to be honest. If they it's 3 extra games, right? So I guess if they win it, it'll really feel fake because it's like they beat Mafra and then it's the Final Four. It's like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Final Four in Braga again, right?
No, it's in Leiria this time.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Finally, somewhere else.
Finally, agreed. Sam, how about you, dude? What are your thoughts on Mafra?
Like Chris said, I'm not really worried. I want to see more of players like Bruno Tabata and Plata playing that game, for example. I don't want to see a full rotation, though, because full rotations usually cost us points, or in this case, elimination. So hopefully we just get a few more of the rotate, like the bench players starting, and just keep the defense the same. Really get some Plata, get some Tabata, and maybe some more minutes from Bragança as well. So if we can do that, then I'll be happy.
Yeah. I also see us really going for it too, though. I wouldn't be surprised if we're not playing Plata or even Tabata, or at least starting them like we didn't do in. I know Plata was COVID, but like we didn't do in the Taça Portugal against Sacavines. Because I mean it's a real morale booster, right? Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
Was it after the international break? So I can sort of see why he didn't play a rotated team, just to get everyone back in the fit of things. But I think now, coming in,
there's gonna be fixture congestion. Yeah.
So I think we will probably rotate this time around.
Yeah, because Famalicão, then we have then we have Ferenc for the league. Then we have this game for the Liga, the Mafra game, and then it's Christmas, and then after Christmas, it's Braga. So I mean, we haven't had that many games, right? Like there's only been the break and shit. Like they've only played like 2 league games in the past month, but now there's about to be like 5 or 6 games in a month. So I mean, thank God. I mean, the European teams are even have 2 more added to that. So that sucks for like Benfica, who's gonna have this Taça da Liga, Taça, the league games, and all. Like Benfica probably has like 9 games in December, which sucks for them. But yeah, I think that the squad will really get tested for the first time as far as its depth this month.
Yeah, exactly. And like Lauren mentioned, no Europe, so you might as well go out and win all 3 domestic titles. I like that enthusiasm. And the other games for Taça Liga, Braga's playing Estoril in Braga. Oh wow, we're playing Mafra in Lisbon at the Estádio Alvalade. Benfica's playing Guimarães at the Luz, and Porto's playing Paços Ferreira at the Dragão. Really favoring the big 4 there, guys. Well done. Yeah, that's Taça Portugal. Taça da Liga, I should say. Yeah.
Campeão de Inverno.
Sorry, what?
Campeão de Inverno, right?
Yeah, exactly. Campeão de Inverno. We'll see. We'll see if Sporting can go for that title.
Regain their past glory.
Regain their past glory. Yeah, let me go right into modalidades. It's not going to be too long. I can't find the weekend results, to be honest with you guys. But anyways, the handball team, they actually lost today, 26-30 to Nîmes Garde, a French team from is that the Champions League of handball? Am I right?
Yeah, or Europa League.
Europa League.
Yeah.
We also had a 3-0 loss to Benfica on our U23 game. Horrible performance. I think it was, I'm not sure if it was one of you guys or if it was Steph. I think it was Steph that tweeted it, and rightly so. Let's not give, because I also seen a lot of bickering on Twitter. It's the kids, it's under 23. Most of them are actually 18 years old. Our under 23 of last year is actually now our B team. So let's give our kids that opportunity to learn and live from this. A 3-0 loss to a rival like Benfica is heavy, but at that sort of level, it's all a learning curve. So let's hope they just give a performance next time out, because aside from that performance, they were doing pretty well. They were up there with Estoril, if I'm not mistaken, in the under 23 league. In hockey today, we also beat Tomar at Tomar 4-1. What else am I missing here?
Benfica. We played. I watched the futsal game this past weekend. We tied Benfica 2-2. It was a shit performance. Should have honestly won like 6-1. couldn't score. Benfica had a fucking ridiculous goal. Benfica also had a red card in the first half, and Sporting had like a shit ton of opportunities and couldn't score during the 5 minutes with a man down. It was ass, but in the last 30 seconds they got a goal, so we tied it at least and scrapped a point. But it was shit.
Yeah, exactly. They actually they played today as well. Beat Portimonense 6-0. I see. So at least they responded back with quite a big victory. Futsal Feminina, they lost to Arneiros 3-1. Let's see. Volleyball Feminina beat Boa Vista 3-0. The boys foot volleyball team beat Vienna 3-0. What else am I missing here? Do you know if there was any basketball this weekend? I know this week it's the Clásico.
Yes,
so
it's Benfica. Yep.
It's a big. Oh, is it Benfica? I thought it was Porto.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Benfica.
Benfica. So it's a big weekend.
Could be wrong
for the basketball team at least. I'm only thrown off because it said it's none of the Clásico on the modalidades.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I think it's Porto. Nonetheless,
we do play Benfica in 2 weeks, though. So
yeah. So back-to-back big games for the basketball.
Yeah, they haven't
team.
had honestly any hard games really yet for the league.
Yeah. And we're currently in first. Am I correct? We haven't lost a game that I know of.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. Sam, I'm so sorry, but you're getting abused in the comments.
I can see, but like when he turns into 2010 Jack Wilshere, you'll all be sorry when he wins Midfielder of the Year and the Ballon d'Or. I'm winning.
Facts. When Sam wins the fucking Champions League and his FM save, and Jack Wilshere scores the game-winning goal, guys, we're gonna all eat our words.
Yo, shout out Juicebox Leal. Pegasus Sporting Goods, Newark, New Jersey, baby. It's like 15 minutes from my crib. That's the plug for your Portuguese merchandise in person. Very straight.
I've never been to Newark. Side note, I've only been to Elizabeth, and there's another one. I think Clifford or some shit like that.
Elizabeth is Newark light.
I was like, the part of New Jersey I was at felt like a very like Latin American side because everybody spoke Spanish. Mind you, I went with my Ecuadorian ex-girlfriend.
That's a lot of Newark
to see her family, but damn, bro, I thought I was in like the Spanish Quebec, you know?
Yeah.
And then the only other thing I have to mention is the handball this weekend. We beat Arta 30-24. I mentioned where Chris mentioned futsal. Yeah, I think we're good. I think that's really all we have. Oh, and the hockey team beat Riba Diav Hockey Club 4-2 also on the weekend for the championship, like the league. So yeah, good on the good for the most part. Good job for the modalidades. Carrying on that legacy. And another thing that Varandas is actually, I don't want to say lucky, but, lucky because even the modalidades are doing good. So he doesn't have to hear a lot from us. So shout out to him. Just let me add, Saik, Steph is actually currently working. Couldn't join us today. Lauren, I'm not from fucking Texas. Just kidding. All right, going on to.
I don't know if there's any.
Say that again.
I don't know if there's any Sportingistas in Texas. I'm sure there's probably a couple.
There might be. I don't know.
It's a massive place. There's got to be a couple.
I didn't know there was a big Portuguese community out in the Bay, like in the Bay Area.
Yeah, like
Paul Ponte, for example.
Yeah, there's like I'd say NJ, Massachusetts, like southeastern Mass, and then California. Those are the big three, I would say.
I had no idea, none whatsoever. Anyways, going on to our game on Saturday, a big one actually. I'm gonna call it the Pote Derby. We're going to Famalicão. Famalicão, who isn't the Famalicão of last season. They're doing all right. Still a decent team. Where are they sitting currently?
Like ninth, I think.
Yeah, 10th actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot on. 1 point behind Rio Ave. Last fixtures, they actually lost this weekend to Passo Ferreira, who's killing it this season, I have to add. But they did beat Marítimo just before the international break. Barely lost, but they still lost to Braga 1-0, and then just scraped a couple of draws for the most part. But it is Famalicão. They're still a formidable team. Sam, I'll pass this one off to you first. What are your thoughts on this upcoming game? And what are your predictions, really?
I think it's going to be a tough game, much like the
You're on mute.
game.
Oh, never mind.
No, wait.
Cool.
My bad. I lagged.
All right, no worries.
I seen your mouth moving, and then nothing came out. I was like, "Oh shit, my bad."
That's fine. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I would probably predict like another 2-1, maybe sort of like 1-0. I think Pote is going to show Famalicão like they shouldn't have sold him. I reckon he's going to go off. He's going to be the Jack Wilshere of the current Sporting team. I just think he's going to be absolutely amazing. But it's going to be tough, I reckon. It's definitely like a 2-1, 1-0.
Yeah. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I agree. One of these games has got to be a blowout. I don't know. This could be it. I'm not sure. They're kind of playing like ass lately, I feel like. It's on the road, though. I'm going to say 2-0. 2-0, but comfortable.
Yeah, I'm trying to be the burden of bad news. I'm trying to be the pessimist. I can't go against the Sporting currently. Even 1-0 down. Mundo de Leão, bro, he hates you. Yeah, I'm trying to be the pessimist here because I'm trying to sort of bring that old vibes back, because Sporting, they'll play with your emotions, as you guys well know, but I can't go against them. I'm gonna also say I'm gonna say a 2-1 win as well. I'm gonna agree with Lauren here. Yeah, but I see us winning that. I see Pote scoring a goal at least. And yeah, it's up the fucking greens, I guess. Oh, I didn't know. My bad, guys. My geography also in the comments. My geography is bad. I don't know where. I thought San Jose was like South Cali. My bad, man. Yeah, cool. Yeah, unless there's anything else to add, that is the end of that. Thank you guys for joining us for another Sporting160EN podcast. Sorry, what?
I know. I thought we had more, but I guess we covered everything.
Listen, man, this is kind of boring that Sporting's not in Europe. I just want to also just say that. I know we're doing well in the league, and I'm all happy, but for the fucking podcast, we need to be in fucking Europe to talk about games and not spend 20 minutes just on one game and then fucking ramble about finances for 40 minutes. I mean, it's important, but fuck, who wants to hear about that shit? Am I right, guys?
We have so many more games, I know, but I feel like this squad would probably implode, to be honest. As the other two of the top three kind of are.
Facts. Yeah. Just also want to mention quickly, last thing, Jorge Jesus is a piece of shit. Not that we needed a reminder. I don't know who needed to hear that, but there you go. Jordan Bentancur going for the New England Revolution. Are they playing today? No one's playing today, are they?
No, they just played. They took out our guy Nani, man.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was yesterday. Right. So who do they go on to face next?
It's Columbus versus New England.
Columbus. Wow. And in the West, it's Kansas City, Minnesota. Interesting. Anyways, that is the end of that. Lauren not happy with her Orlando getting out there. I know.
Nani missed a penalty, man. He really fucked them.
Second penalty in a row, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for joining us for another podcast. Shout out to Lauren Jenks in the chat as always. Chip Cantona's Chip. Jordan Bentancur, Paul Pont. Sorry about that. Mundudung Leão abusing Sam. Yo, next podcast, please be nicer, Mundudung Leão, please. Saik.
This whole veranda feels all the time. Just gigs. I feel bad now.
Juicebox Leal also in the chat. Who else do we have here? Figu7 Ronaldo, thanks for joining us. Casa de Paiva, Matt Paiva, thanks for joining us, bro. I believe that is it. Flippy in the chat joining us. Thanks, dude. New York's finest. I haven't said that in a minute. Johnny Siniero in the chat. Shout out to Johnny. And yeah, thank you guys for the Twitter questions. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Sporting160EN. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Sporting160EN, Facebook, Sporting160EN, YouTube, obviously, Sporting160EN, Spreadshirt, Sporting160EN, MySpace, Sporting160EN, your local Tinder, Sporting160EN, Pinterest, Vimo, Grindr, Sporting160EN, also Parlor, I don't know what the fuck that is. Our LinkedIn, shout out to LinkedIn, Sporting160EN. And
Vimeo, we're also
Vimeo. And yeah, let me just quickly get these out. My guy Paul Pote. See, I had Pote in the mind. That's why I called you that, Paul. My bad, bro. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. And yeah, Viva Sporting. OnlyFans, Sporting160EN.